M0FXB, welcome to my channel and my videos on the ICOM ID-52. FXB, yes, we've got the ID-52, let's have a look.
0.925 megahertz.
M0FXB, let's just do a bit of live on the ID-52. So we'll go back, that was my all-star node coming through.
It was still doing it when you first started your holding. And when you sort of said, I can see it on my screen, I think you said it's about a quarter of the way. I'll just get a little bit further away. So when you did that, yes.
It's only got a couple of memory channels in. That's GB3WR UK.
430.825 megahertz.
Although this is a Japan model import, it still speaks with an English accent because there's a setting in the menu where you can do that. You just go menu, set, and then you just go down to, pretty sure it's speech, and look, speech language, you've got English and Japanese. Menu to get you back, and then look, even when we're on FM analog, you still get a GPS showing up here, and we have got a lock, as you can see at the top. These are all Japanese memories. Now if we want to go into DR mode, we just hold this down. We've gone into DR mode. Now this radio's got two DR modes. It's like two D-Star radios in one. There's my hotspot. Now sometimes in the morning I have to reboot. So look, nothing coming there at all. So I'll reboot that in a sec. Just give me a minute. Right, that's plugged in. So we'll just get it into dual mode by holding down the main button. And we should hear it come to life. And just while it's doing that, I'll show you how you can change the screen from black to white. Menu. Go to set. And let's go to display. Background color, and look, white, which I quite like the white. It looks a bit washed out now, but it does work well, especially in the sunlight. We'll go menu.
Link to RE-F00 Charlie.
There you go, straight away my hotspot's on, and you heard 1 Charlie announced there. Now we've got a little arrow, it's like GPS arrow here as well showing. So let's wait for someone. My open spot here, which is on the B band, was on 30 Charlie. I'll just show you the GPS. So go menu. This is I call it the quick button. You've got an FM radio, but we'll turn that off. So quick button. Let's go to GPS info. There you go. There's the satellites. Nice cup of tea here in the UK. Menu. Just, I think to go back, you just push that, yeah. So menu, GPS, and there's my position. And you can put it into memory, so I need to change that because it's not accurate. Okay, so no activity on D-Star there. And if you want single receive, you just hold down the button again. There you go, that's single receive. And if we go into normal mode, hold down the DR, and we'll do it at the bottom on the other band as well, the A. We'll go to dual. That's what it looks like in normal memory mode, and then VFO, B band, VFO. Look, that's the sort of VFO that you would get. And then mode, you've got a mode button here, and at the top here it changes.
FM,
you know,
narrow.
Hear that?
DB, FM, FM.
You know, A and B band.
DB.
It's full duplex. Memory, you've got a whole memory section. You've got. I haven't really used the scan section yet.
FM.
Let's hold it down. Let's do all. And look, it's now scanning. Turn the channel container backwards. controller backwards, it scans that way and forward, and I'm sure when it finds something it will stop. Hold down for scan again. And you've got these, I need to do a menu just on the scanning side, sorry, a video on the scanning side. But you can see how you can choose, look, you can go to that section there, that was 2 meter section. That'll be a link. Volume is the lower button, lower round button, and you can have it separate or you can have it all. You don't have to control both VFOs simultaneously. And that's just in the menu. Just go menu. Let's come out. I've locked it now. So let's just come out of lock. Just holding down the menu bar. So we go menu, set, and then we'll go to sounds, volume select, all, FM radio separate, all separate. So we're on all at the moment. I mean, it's packed full of functions. So let's just go back into my memories and go back to All Star. The speaker on this is louder than the 51, I would say. Now I've got more used to it.
You're probably just thinking much around the board. I quite like the new ICOM one. The price is too dear. It's about 1,300 quid. It's like an SDR there.
There's dual receive.
It's even got
D-Star.
built in with good online.
Blue Dog. Go ahead. KB6, go ahead.
That one's out. That station sounds a bit muffled.
Okay, well, yeah,
This one's okay.
I hope you had a good view there. I checked in on the net, so I'm good for the night. That's stuff, so definitely just put
So obviously you've got the LED here
chatting on the radio.
on the side, PTT, squelch, and on-off. Now you have to be a bit patient with the on-off because it's like a computer booting up. You have to hold it. It takes a while. I have to get my thumb, sort of the smaller part of my thumb in there.
Echo.
Sure enough, I was waiting to see if Mike was going to come in.
Then here, haven't used the DC input, but there you are. And I have noticed that when you connect the USB charger, it does charge, but also you have an option to use it as a serial or data.
Have anything in particular to say? It's good.
And then mic.
Talking to both of you, and I'm happy to listen for a little while.
There you go. So speaker and mic. And the battery is just an ID-51 battery, and I bought the BP307, but this is the BP271, this one. I've got a few of these lying around now. So this one is 1800 milliamps, which I'd say is probably the one that's recommended for the radio. It's the medium sort of size. I've noticed this grommet here, so I'm wondering what is under it. But like this is the Japan model. It just says ID-52. It does no E. But it looks like their band allocation is very similar to the UK. Battery backing. Yeah, I've got the belt clip. And yeah, you can load a boot up picture, which I've done. And I've told it on boot up to ask me which battery I'm using, and the 705 does this as well. So at the moment it's a 272, so I'll select that, and it gives you the battery. Then obviously we need to wait for the lock. Now there is an SD card in this radio, which I've used to upgrade the firmware. There's your SD card.
Wow, that's weird. Okay, I might have to shut down my other node.
Let's just turn it down. Firmware wise, you just go menu. Once you've got the firmware on the file, go set. Go down to SD card. Yeah, there's your opening picture. Importing CSV files. Load and save settings. I'll save a setting now. We'll save that setting. It's very similar to using 705. I suppose the 51 as well. So that'll all be saved, and it does it for you automatically when you're doing firmware as well. Right, firmware, there's firmware, you get the usual warning. Now what you need to do is, before you do anything like that, you need to format the SD card in your computer, then put it in the radio, format it, and then I would save one setting, so then all the files are ready for firmware. And also make sure your battery, before you do anything firmware, make sure you've got a full battery. Get your 51 on charge. Look, you've got a lock now for GPS showing at the top. Memory wise, if you want to store something in the memory, say if you're in VFO, we're in VFO there, you just hold down the MR button and it gives you a couple of options. You can, you know, the obvious one is write to a new channel, and if you just select that, it takes you straight away to a group. Now you can change groups. I think it's by clicking quick here. Yeah, look, group select. But I'll stay. I created a group called My Channels and renamed it. So now you push the middle button again, and then you write it to a blank channel, and that's written it to, I think, 72. But then it takes you back to VFO mode, so you have to hit memory mode and go to 72, and that's probably the one we just changed, I would say. And you can tag it as well. When you tag it, you have to go back into memory mode, which we're in, and then you can hold it, then you can edit the name, see, and then you click quick, so you can put the name in. You can use the top knob to select characters, as you can see, and then enter, and then you hit enter again, and then it's overwrite. There you go. Then you've got memory and VFO. So that's it really. So overall, it's just a fantastic radio. You know, it's dual DR receive, and to me that is the best thing of this radio, is that I do like the colour screen, the way it reminds me of the ICOM 705. I haven't really touched my 705 since I've had this, so that says a lot, because I'm enjoying using the 705 experience in my hand. I can just walk around. I definitely always make sure I've got my strap in my hat on. I don't want to drop it. We've got no leather case, but you know, the leather case hides how nice looking this radio is. I think ICOM have done an excellent job with this radio. I haven't found anything about it I don't like, and I think that, yeah, the price is you know, £500 is a lot of money for a handheld, a lot of money. But you've got something that really you'll keep for, I would say, for at least 5 years before they decide to start changing it. And I think it's worth it. So 7.3, thanks for watching. Just got this little rubber duck, just if anyone else, I got from eBay. Maybe like £3, just easier. Big long antenna can be a bit, you know, but it's not a good one for if I want to go out and get some really good contacts. And I wouldn't be using that. This is for home use only. And yeah, you definitely need a spare battery. And just the front keys, as far as I can see, I think they illuminate. Definitely the middle one does. Pretty sure they do illuminate. I should know the answer to that, shouldn't I? I think they do. So 7.3, all the best. Yeah, just thought I'd go through a few further functions before ending. So we've got the, let's just go to the menu. We haven't looked at the scope yet, so we'll turn the scope on. Now we'll have to get the radio into single mode. And then you watch the scope come through now. When someone speaks.
Well, I think I'm anticipating what John might be getting at. If it was regarding the All-Star, you access it with just a normal FM
There you
radio
go.
with,
I think it's okay, you know. I think for a handheld. There's quite an extensive scope menu. You've got the quick scope menu here, which is there. You've got scope off, scope mode, single sweep, stop sweep. But if you go into the menu here and go to settings, you've got a bigger scope menu. You can see that there's an SD card in this radio, and there's full Bluetooth as well, 4.2 version. Let's find the scope menu. Now this is added after firmware update 1.20. So there's all your scope menu, scope mode, display steps, waterfall functions, waterfall speed, fix mode. There you go, AF. And then you've got the picture sending, which I've done some. Just go, if you could send a picture now to the 705, no problem at all. So you've got the picture mode, hit VFO twice to get out of things like that. Menu, let's do the GPS menu there. And the GPS lock on this radio is the best one of all the radios I've got. This one locks quicker. They've done something good with that. Then you've got terminal mode and access mode, and there's lots of ways you can use that. And this will work doozy, if you've ever used doozy, using a normal micro USB cable. And using the programming software, you can use the micro USB or you can use the SD card. Bluetooth, you can use the RS MS1A app wirelessly with Bluetooth, which is very handy. Like the 5100 does that with a Bluetooth module. FM radio, look, there's your radio, and you can scan forward and back, and also you can, there's memory channels for the radio as well, and it will receive the radio simultaneously to everything else. To turn it off, you just hit quick, radio off, go menu, recording system there, voice recorder, DV auto reply. Click the voice one. This is where you can transmit, single TX, repeat, TX set, record. There you go, we're not going to record now. CD settings, so this is the history that we're getting on D-Star. We can scroll through that, all the stations. You can push the quick menu, you've got a few more details here. As you can see, you can delete and delete all. And the other one, with your call sign, go menu, go to settings, go call sign, and this is what you need to put in. Even if you're going to set a DV repeater or hotspot manually, you're going to need to make sure these are correct. That's why it's important that you get your call sign in there. As you can see, my station details there, look, my call sign. So you can add call signs, and I think this is where you'd probably add XLX reflectors. But the thing about this radio is that it will, if you go to, go to the 2 section, click reflectors, and then select that, link to reflector, select direct input at the top. Now these are memories here. You can actually do XRF, DCS, XLX, which is very nice. And in the bottom section, the from section, you can select, near repeater, and it will do a search. Searching now using my GPS. Cardiff is the closest, you can select it. And then the from section, the clever thing is if you hold down the main, you're on dual A and B, you get full DR mode A and B, so you can select the from and the to even when you're in dual mode, and it will receive both simultaneously, and that is very nice. So there's no one on reflector 1 Charlie here at the moment. If we go to the B band, I want to reselect my hotspot. All I do is just select Cardiff, go to TX history, DV, and I just find my open spot. There you go.
Can't complain about that speed. It'll definitely give you the broken feeling.
So there you go. What a lovely radio. I think well done to ICOM.
What do you think about
7.3, all the best.
there, Adrian?
Thanks very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you find it helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe. 7.3, all the best.